Number 5. HP X360 Chromebook. The HP Chromebook X360 is an odd device, eschewing standard features for its price point, to provide an experience focused squarely on Chrome OS's strengths and weaknesses. A 1080p IPS touchscreen is very nice to have, as is 8GB of RAM. With that said, the lack of a Core i5 or Core i7 SKU at its price point is lamentable. This is a Chromebook that stands out through its flexibility. It's a 2-in-1 usable as a standard laptop, with the ability to flip into tent mode or tablet mode, thanks to its flexible hinge and touchscreen. The display does not impress. Sadly, it is as unimpressive as the display on the Lenovo Chromebook C340. On paper, it sounds great. 1080p is more or less the perfect resolution for smaller laptop panels. Battery life is the biggest win on the HP Chromebook X360 by far. Its low power processor, dim display, and usage of Chrome OS all make it a battery beast despite its somewhat small 60 Wh battery. At 3.7 pounds, the HP X360 is a bit below average for its size to performance class. It's dense, weighing as much as the larger Asus Chromebook, but 3.7 pounds isn't backbreaking by any stretch of the imagination. With an aluminum lid and keyboard deck and a plastic bottom, durability is about what you'd expect. Build quality is excellent for the machine's price class, with minimal chassis and keyboard flex, and its denseness means it will likely survive a fall. Connectivity is surprisingly solid on the HP Chromebook X360. It has two USB 3.1 Type-C ports, two USB 3.1 Type-A ports, and an audio jack. There's no display out such as HDMI present, but in theory a dongle should allow display out through a Type-C port. Its keyboard is also excellent, with good travel and great feedback that provides a solid typing experience. This is one rare area where being based off of HP's business laptops works heavily in its favor. The HP Chromebook X360 is an okay product, especially if you are on a very low budget. Number 4. HP Chromebook X2. This HP Chromebook follows other 2-in-1 portables that tout a detachable keyboard design that makes them feel more like tablets that can be transformed into a laptop. It's a brilliant approach to the hybrid laptop model, especially since most 2-in-1 laptops with non-detachable keyboards aren't really all that convenient to use as tablets. This Chromebook comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 7C, 8GB RAM and 64GB of EMC, more than enough for your everyday productivity and media consumption needs. The good bits of this Chromebook's design include a keyboard that's incredibly satisfying and comfortable to type on. The tablet itself is thin, light and pretty robust, with a luxurious finish. There are also two USB-C ports that might not sound like a lot, but for what you'll be using this Chromebook for, it's more than enough. The whole detachable setup makes the HP Chromebook X2 extremely versatile, and it's just as great to use in tablet mode as it is in laptop mode. Unfortunately, the same features that make it versatile also somewhat diminish the ease of use. The kickstand, which is useful both in tablet and laptop mode, is pretty great on its own. But the detachable keyboard cover isn't very stable. It's easily bendable and tends to flap around unless you put it down on a solid surface. The audio through the Bang & Olufsen speakers is slightly compressed. The mids are pulled back a little, which makes the dialogue in movies and shows a bit hard to hear. The touchscreen display is luckily better, boasting a 2160 by 1440 native resolution, which to be honest, is a lot for an 11-inch screen. The Chromebook's display also features 400 nits of brightness and covers 100% of the sRGB color space. The HP Chromebook X2 touch display works beautifully, especially with the included HP wireless rechargeable UC pen, which has its own magnetic dock on the side for easy access and storage. The 5MP webcam is not the sharpest, but it does deliver a better low light performance than expected. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 7C chip inside has proven to be quite the snappy performer. The HP Chromebook X2 might not be a gaming device or a laptop for content creation, but it is a multitasking machine. Number 3. HP Chromebook 11. The Chromebook 11 is a clean, colorful device, with looks that fall somewhere between any MacBook and kid-friendly PC. The Chromebook 11 doesn't have any visible speakers or vents, and only a few ports. The 11.6-inch Chromebook has specs that match a tablet more than a laptop, a dual-core Exynos ARM processor, 2 GB of RAM, and 16 GB of SSD storage. Inside the box is a micro USB charger that's pretty compact, and can also charge up micro USB tablets, phones or other devices. The laptop feels very plastic, but at 2.3 pounds it's also very light. Google says there's a magnesium frame underneath, but it's hard to tell, although it feels sturdy enough. Despite being an 11-inch device, the wide, comfortable keyboard ranks among the best we've used on a smaller laptop. It's not backlit, but writing was a breeze, and key placement felt natural. There's nothing surprising about a 1366 by 768 pixel, 16:9 11.6-inch display, but this is a better screen than on most budget computers. It's IPS, which means extreme viewing angles look as crisp as head-on ones, and everything looks bright and crisp. Speakers are hidden under the keyboard. The goal is less muffled sound. Indeed, this Chromebook pumped out some impressive volume, and movies actually sounded decent. This Chromebook comes close to fulfilling Chrome's identity, a simple, clean, always-on way to get work done on the web, without messy software or downloads. If you're in the market for a cheap laptop and want something to type on versus something to casually web browse with, consider the HP Chromebook 11. Number 2. HP Chromebook 14A. The HP 14A isn't exactly what you'd call a high-end PC, but it's a slick, well-designed piece of equipment. The chassis measures 0.7 inches at its thickest point. And at 3.24 pounds, it's reasonably light. The HP Chromebook gets a stellar keyboard and trackpad, and the backlit keyboard feels responsive with clicky keys that offers plenty of travel. With a 1366 by 768 resolution display, and a 1.1 GHz Intel Celeron processor inside, this Chromebook 14 is the mid-tier model that HP offers for budget buyers looking to get productive at home, office or even college students. HP claims that the Chromebook 14's 2-cell 47 watt-hour battery can last over 13 hours 30 minutes on a single charge. On real-world use, you aren't getting that long of runtime, though the HP 14A manages over 10 hours, 39 minutes on a single charge. A Chromebook isn't going to be as flexible as a full-on Windows PC or a Mac, no matter how Google attempts to dress things up. Still, for the price, slick design and excellent battery life, the HP Chromebook 14 is a great value for those looking for a basic web browsing machine. But, for a reasonably modest investment, the HP Chromebook 14A stands out as a responsive, friendly notebook that's actually fine to use at home, work or college. On our number 1. HP Chromebook 15. At 4 pounds and 14.1 by 9.7 by 0.7 inches, the HP Chromebook 15 is pretty light and thin for a 15-inch laptop, so it should fit into most 15-inch laptop bags. The HP Chromebook 15 is lighter than its 15-inch competitors, the Lenovo Yoga Chromebook C630, and the Acer Chromebook Spin 15 CP315-1H. While the HP Chromebook 15 doesn't have a lot of ports, it has the ones that matter. There's a security lock slot, a USB Type-C port, a headphone jack and a microSD card slot. While the right features, one USB Type-C port and one USB 3.0 port. If you need additional ports, consider getting a USB Type-C hub or a docking station. The HP Chromebook 15 boasts a 15.6-inch, 1920 by 1080 touchscreen panel that's decently bright with solid contrast. But a yellowish tint subtly washes over everything on screen. However, at 247 nits of brightness, the HP Chromebook screen stayed ahead of the category average, and matched the Acer Chromebook Spin 15. While the HP Chromebook 15's keys are slightly shallow and almost bottomed out, they provided enough resistance to make for a comfortable typing experience. Packed with an Intel Core i3-8130U processor and 4GB of RAM, the HP Chromebook 15 sped its way through 20 Google Chrome tabs and 3 1080p YouTube videos without any sign of slowdown. Chrome OS is a stripped-down operating system that literally runs only on the Chrome browser. So if you run your life with Google through and through, then this OS is perfect for you. If you have gotten value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe to Tech 5 for more.